But you
Hey,
have a
welcome
lot.
everybody. Welcome to the live hangout. Sorry about that. We ran just a minute late. We're real excited to show you everything that we're going to unveil. We're going to cover a few things beforehand, and I want to have a welcome to Jeremy. And with Jeremy is Michael and Michael Bloom. There we go. And we also have Darren, of course. Jeremy hasn't been on the last few Hangouts because, as you can imagine, he's been extremely busy getting this ready for you today. And we want to go over a few things before we go ahead and do the live unveil. And you guys are going to be really, really excited. I can't wait to see it myself. I'm on pins and needles. Matter of fact, I couldn't sleep past 4:30 this morning. That means about 4 hours of sleep. And I just woke right up to a bunch of messages and got right to work. One thing I want to say real quick before anyone else goes forward, there's still a little unclearness on a couple things. One is you do not have to pay for the $25 level, okay, if you're going to pay for the $50 program. So please get that. I've had about 5 messages this morning about that. Do I need to pay the 25 and the 50? No, we don't want your money for the 25 if you're going to join the $50 program. It's completely unnecessary, okay? So with that, we're going to go ahead and let Darren go ahead and cover a few things as we get ready to show you what's up. And so, Darren, if you could go ahead and say hello and give your message out to everybody. Good to see you.
Hi Bart, thank you very much. Okay, getting me out of the way first because obviously all the exciting information is going to be coming on later on. So, let's get to it. So this is where we are. We're on the 1st of August. We are in the pre-launch section. Okay, so today we're going to see the new site. We're going to get, like I say, the phased functionality. Jeremy's going to go through in a bit more detail about exactly what he's releasing over the weekend for you to basically go in. And like I said, we've got thousands of people out there, and we want them all to go into this area to try and break it as much as possible. And effectively, you can. Well, I won't go into all the details. You know, that's Jeremy's thing, and I'm sure he'll be able to update you on that. So this is where we're at now. So we've got a big tick. We can get rid of all that, and we're at the beginning of the pre-launch. During the pre-launch, there's a couple of things that we need to just clarify with you. Now, I went through it in a bit of detail in the Hangout that we did yesterday, so I'm not going to repeat myself verbatim with that, but there's just a couple of points that I've had a few questions come back to me in the past 24 hours, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands where we're at. So at the moment, when we go live on in a few hours, sorry, in a few minutes, there's a couple of things that you're going to see during the course of next week. Is that you will start to see your affiliate payments going onto your dashboard, and that at some point next week you'll start to see that appear. What you won't see is the payments that are going into that you're generating through the funnel, and there is a reason for that, and I just want to again underline that for everybody. So the first thing is that, as you know, we've created a funnel simulation, and a simulation is because everybody who is in that funnel is effectively free. Now, some people won't pay, you know, no matter how good we think that we're going to be, they may not like what we're going to do, so that's fine. There are some people who are going to want to be part of the $25 program because they understand that they want to they want to get in at the level that they're at, and also there are other people who are going to come in at the $50 program. So with that, we want to make sure the funnel starts off with everybody, or people who are in it are just paid people. So there's a lot of adjusting that is going to happen during this 2-week window. And remember that you've got 2 weeks, so please don't panic. You know, in the next half hour, 2 hours, 2 days, if you've not got yourself paid up, we've got you 2 weeks in order for that to happen. So, you know, just relax, take your time. Now, a couple of the adjustments that we're going to make on the funnel are, when we were setting Zukul up, we did a lot of testing, as you can imagine, before we even brought it to your guys' attention. So we've got a number of test accounts in there, and we need to take those test accounts out. Now, effectively, what that will do, it will effectively compress that funnel situation. We've also got some fake accounts. We've also got duplicate accounts. Now, the fake accounts aren't anything to worry about. It's just where people have registered with a fake ID or a fake Gmail account. So, for example, I myself, whenever I log on to something for the first time, I use what I call a dump account, and that goes into my dump account, and if I like it, I'll resubscribe and do it correctly. Well, a lot of people do that same thing. So there's a lot of those accounts that we need to identify and get those removed. And again, there are a lot of duplicate accounts. So, we're getting a lot of people who are putting in the wrong email address, or they're missing off a digit, or they're missing off a number or something like that. And again, instead of getting those corrected, they're opening up a new account with fresh details. So again, we need to find those, identify them, and get those pulled out. And then, of course, there's the founder moves, which is probably the most significant bit. And again, yesterday I pointed out to everybody that there are two types of situations that we're getting with this. The first type is people who are coming to Zukul for the first time. They're understanding what's going on, and they're straight away identifying that they want to become a founder. That isn't a problem, because as you know, we've got a number of levels and a number of positions that are already set aside to accommodate those people. The second scenario is what's not going to cause us a problem, because we knew it was going to happen, but it's something that we need to be aware of during the next 2 weeks. And that is where we have a scenario here where this individual here wants to become a founder. Now, they will have grown a team, they'll have understood how Zukul's work, and they'll have liked what they've seen, and then all of a sudden they've thought, you know what, I really want to be a founder of this company. And so they've contacted Bart, they've made the necessary arrangements, and during this next 2 weeks is when we start to reposition those founders. Now, it's really important to understand that if you are this person here, okay, and the person that you referred has decided to become a founder, then you will still benefit from that 50% matching bonus. It doesn't matter where they are within the funnel, you will still get that benefit. So when we relocate this founder, okay, and we take their team and we reposition them, let's say to here, hopefully you can see that, okay, there's a couple of things that people will be aware of straight away. So the person who referred the founder will understand that that founder and the founder's team has now been moved to the founding position. Okay. However, you may wake up and you may have referred Bart, who may have referred Jeremy, who may have referred me, and I then decide to become a founder. Okay. So once I move and I move into this position, then unfortunately you may not be aware of what's happening, and so you'll wake up and all of a sudden realize that some of your simulated downline, as it were, has been moved, and disappeared. Okay, they're still in the system here, but they've just been relocated, and that's again really important to understand. Now, what that also does is, as you can see, or perhaps you can't, but this founder position is taking up quite a bit of space of this funnel, and what it does is it basically closes up the gaps, and it causes a lot more compression within the funnel itself. So it's been designed for the benefit of creating that compression and closing up the gaps. And then finally, there are some placement errors. So obviously, as with nearly all websites out there, we've got cookies in place, and so some people have been cookied, they've used the wrong link, or for whatever reason they found themselves in the wrong place. And those people need to obviously let us know. There's a particular form that they need to complete. We need to verify all the information. We then need to make a decision based on that information that we've then got. Okay, not everybody's going to get moved. Some people may find them, if you're positioned here and you end up getting relocated, then you may end up finding yourself here or here or here. It may not necessarily always be to what you think is going to be a better position. Okay, so we need to take all those things into consideration. That is going to take a lot of time and a lot of consideration on our part as an admin team, but also on part of the referrers and the individuals. So if you've got that concern, you need to flag that up this week. Please don't flag it up next week, because next week we'll not have enough time in order to get any of those changes in place. So if you've got that concern, you need to flag it up this week. And in order to do that, you just need to go to the contact page, put in your details, and then send that through to us, and obviously we'll deal with that on a one-to-one basis. So that's the adjustments that we're going to be making in the funnel, and that is why you won't see any funnel earnings happening during the course of the next couple of weeks. Is that Danny? I can see there sneaking in. Hi, Danny.
Yeah, that's me.
And then finally, I just want to quickly go through what the fill sequence is in broad terms, okay? So we will obviously position all the founders. Once they're in, we will then start, and obviously their teams are in place, we will then put in everybody else as relocated during their timestamp. So we start at the first empty spot here, first timestamp person goes in, and so on and so on and so on. So that will then start to fill up these spaces. And it will start to look a little bit like that, you know, where you've got various legs with little gaps in between. We will then start to fill those gaps in between my fingers, if you like, with what we're calling the orphans. Now, the orphans are people that have been referred by somebody to Zukul, but that somebody hasn't taken up a paid position, so they're effectively an orphan. And what that allows us to do is enable us to plug the holes, the gaps, and again create that compression that we're all looking for through that orphan stage. Okay, so as you can see, just on the funnel itself, there's a lot of work that's going to happen, and that really is the nuts and bolts of why you won't see the funnel earnings until after the 15th. Okay, right. So I'm going to pause for breath. I'm going to pass you back to Jeremy, and hopefully Jeremy will be able to talk to you about what we're going to do next. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much, Darren. I think you've covered everything. Danny's joined us now. Danny there is our head programmer. He's an absolute god when it comes to programming. And in actual fact, I'm seeing Danny in a different light today. He's just disappeared, but he's obviously gone off to check servers and things like that. But Danny is he's hopefully going to join us back in a moment. Right, so just really want to tell you now, when we actually switch on very soon, I just want to make sure that you're clear with what you're going to see and what you're not going to see. Now, as I'm not going to go over the stuff that Darren's just gone over about the you know, not seeing the earning, not seeing the funnel and so forth, but you will see the new design. Hello, Danny, you're back again. Can you hear us?
Hi, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm having a bit of unstable connection.
Right, so let me introduce you to Danny. Danny is our head programmer. Now, I'm seeing Danny in a different light today, because last time I see Danny in London, he had a long hair with a ponytail. We sat and drunk Guinness and ate fish and chips. Danny loves fish and chips. So if anybody can recommend good fish and chips and good Guinness, Danny's your best friend. Other than that, if you give him Russian stew, he doesn't want to know. He likes fish and chips and Guinness. How's the state of play, Danny? How long have we got before you're ready to do the great unveiling?
Okay, I think we are about 1 minute away from updating, just waiting for your command.
Okay, fantastic. So I mean, Danny, just to tell you a little bit about Danny before, you know, Danny's runs our team of programmers, and really Danny is very, very advanced. He's the top drawer you could ever get in programming, and you know, he's part of Zukul. You know, he's part of the team, so he works full time for us. And then I don't know whether you can see sitting next to me here is Michael.
Yeah, hi, my name is Michael, and my job is divided into two aspects. The boring part, which is all the financial, legal, administrative aspects of the company, and then there's the exciting part, which is mostly brainstorming with Jeremy over here and managing the team of programmers, creating functional specifications, making sure, you know, project managing everything, making sure everything's done on time. That's it for me.
Yeah. So Danny, let's I mean, introduce yourself, Danny.
Okay, as Jeremy said, I'm just the head of a programming team. I would like to say that we're all very excited, to work on this project and looking forward to bring new, outstanding features to this project, which are just ready and waiting for going live. And all the times when it goes live, it all depends on Jeremy and Michael. We're sitting here and waiting for a command to switch it on for you. And I know there are a lot of Russian members here, and I would like to say a few words in Russian for them, if the rest of the audience would excuse me. So, добро пожаловать в Zukul. Если здесь есть русскоговорящие лидеры, которые хотели бы видеть маркетинговые материалы на русском языке, пожалуйста, обращайтесь к мужчине по имени Барт. Огромное спасибо за ваше внимание, и я желаю вам удачи. Now, over to you, Bart.
So, Bart, we're ready when you are.
Yeah. Are you ready to go, Danny? Should we do a countdown?
Yeah. Wait a second. You have to give me at least 1 minute.
Okay,
So
no
just
problem.
Give me 60 seconds, and you can start counting down.
So
We're all very excited.
You tell us when we're ready to count down, Danny, and we'll do that. So, I mean, guys, I just want to thank everybody for getting involved with Zukul. This has certainly been a fantastic journey so far, and the people sitting on this panel, especially myself, Darren, and Bart. We came together about a year ago. We soon realised that we was going to bring out our own program. So we worked together over the course of that year. I've been a partner with Michael for many years. Known Michael since 2004. And as internet marketers, we were really fed up with being let down, with us putting all our heart and soul into promoting somebody else's product and then to have the rug pulled from underneath our feet. Well, that rug is firmly nailed down. There's nobody going to be pulling any rug from under anybody's feet. We're in control. We've got a fantastic programming team. We've got we're all good marketers. Darren's put some fantastic stuff ready for us in the background. I think Danny's getting nearer the time. Are we ready, Danny? Give us the thumbs up if you're ready, and then Bart will start the countdown.
Yes, we are.
We're ready. Okay, guys. So here we go. Let's do it. We're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off.
Okay, it should be there. Let's check.
Should be there. So hopefully, guys, you should be able to go to Zukul.com. Check it on another computer, Michael.
Yeah, I think you have to refresh the page in case it shows.
Yeah, refresh your screen. Maybe clear your cookies out if it's not there. And I mean, I'm actually sitting here trembling. Actually, and, we're still. It's not quite displaying as it should do at the moment. So we're going to refresh again, clear out our cookies. Danny's going to have a look at what's it look like on your computer, Danny.
Well, in Russia it looks like it should do, so that's probably because of you are 3 hours away from here.
Ah, right. So let's go to another page. Let me try it on the good old Mac. Zukul.com. What do we have?
Yeah.
Yep, we've got it here on the Mac. We've got it on the Mac. Darren, is it there in the north of England?
I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah, Bart, how's it looking in America?
Still on its way here to Florida.
We're
Coming across the ocean right now.
So we've gone Russia, we've gone into the UK. So if anybody's got it in, let us know in the Skype room if you can see it. Give us a thumbs up in the Skype room if the eagle is landed. Right, great picture, Darren. Blah blah. How far are we down? What we got there? So Dean, you can see it. Anybody else, if you can see it, post into the Skype room to make sure we know everything is working. While we've got Danny here, he can get his little box of tricks out and screwdrivers and whatnot and make sure everything's all right. Why is that not running? Let's see. The Mac's working fine. But Yeah, so the Mac's working fine. I've not got it on my computer yet, but it could be I'm a Windows, you know, so I might have to clear my.
Yeah.
my
Okay.
out.
I have contact. It looks brilliant.
You got it. So looks like we're cooking
Yeah.
on gas. Some Ginger's got it. So Ginger Davis has got it. So guys, go into there. We're going to do another hangout tomorrow. And give you an update. So remember, you're going to have limited functionality, but hopefully you'll find your way around. We're beyond the Skype room, so you can connect with us and say what you want to say and ask us any questions. Bart, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It looks fantastic. I can't believe how nice the graphics looks. I'm so happy to have people. I'm sure it's moving across the United States right now, maybe into South America. Guys, if it's not up, my first version was a little tweaky. I had to refresh, and then it balanced out. It looks really, really good. We are going to be here if you need help. Keep in mind, please, guys, don't pay us the $25 and give us a gift if you're going to join the $50 program. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. We don't want your money. You know, we want you to be able to do the right thing. So ignore the 25, do the 50. That's the level you're going to get into, and reach out to us. We have a lot of work yet to do still today. Please give us your comments. We'd love to hear the compliments and comments if you guys are happy. And tomorrow at 4 p.m., we will do an update hangout. Okay, that'll be 4 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. UK time. And we'll be talking to you then. I'm sure I'll be talking actually to a lot of you before that as well. So with that, guys, go enjoy the new site. I'm so happy to see it. We're finally here. God bless, man. So good job, guys. Excellent job, man. Very, very happy. All right, guys. Take care now, everybody. See you later.
Before you go, Danny.
Okay.
Still live.